Residents. Hello, Carlton. Carlton speaking. Yes. Nice to see you. Well, thank you. Oh, you look lovely this evening. Look at those pants. Where did you get those pants? Where?
Shirts and pants and shirts and pants. Shirts and pants and shirts and pants. Carl, shirts and pants. Carl's shirts and pants.
Who's Carl?
I don't know. You just
I've called you Carl twice today, haven't I?
You did. That's why.
I adjusted the mix on this mixer here.
Oh!
I'm going to have to amplify that down.
So that would be de-amplify. De-fly.
Defly. I'm going to deflower it.
Man, it's too much sauerkraut yesterday. Woo!
I'll be the judge of that later. We made chili for dinner tonight.
Oh, I'm just cleansing the system.
Cleanse the system.
Should start that tomorrow, though.
Yes. Why did you choose to do that today?
Well, yesterday was the day I started to do that. Because I woke up in Traverse City feeling like I'm going to die. So I was like, you should probably eat some healthier foods.
Always.
A little less sugar.
A little bit.
Because ever since, the little guy was born, I've just ballooned up, let myself go.
I wouldn't. I can't tell.
It's more of a feel.
Oh.
So I've got probably about 30 pounds of water weight that I'm just holding on to. So just give me a week and I'll get that out. Sodium, less sodium, more sleep, less stress,
a lot.
less sugar,
spit a lot.
piss, poop, maybe exercise, sweat a little bit.
Maybe exercise. No guarantees. Maybe.
I don't want to end up like Rob Kardashian and be diabetic in the next couple days. So, trying to get rid of that.
Wilford Brimley has something for you.
Who's Wilford Brimley?
He's the guy that he's a salt and pepper feller with a nice big white mustache that says diabetes. He does a commercial.
Yeah.
That's Wilford Brimley.
He's related to that little elf, Ted McNuggetchin, Fred McGoogles.
Dr. McGiggle Pants?
No, he's from Elf. He runs across the table and tackles him.
Oh, Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
They're related?
Yeah, that's his dad.
Come on. I'm going to have to get on the old...
That's what I pictured when you were saying that guy's name. What's
Really?
his name? Alfred Brimley?
Wilford Brimley.
Now I can't hear you.
Fuck. Jiggle my Johnson.
Are you trying to give me longer cord?
I was trying to give you more cord.
You could just move the whole table back 2 inches.
Yeah, I fucked it all up, didn't I?
There.
Guacamole Johnson.
Okay.
I'll stop doing that.
There. I don't need any more cord.
Hopefully the scratch couldn't be heard.
No matter what,
around
this
the
is
world.
better than sitting at my office table at home.
So we'll talk about this off air, but I got something to share with you on that. I'll take care of that for you.
I think I have a fix.
I have a fix because of our generous listeners.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so Amazon paid me for the month of October. And so what I'll do
People
is...
actually went on there, or is it just you?
That could be just me and Lauren. I don't know. But we'll get you a mic stand.
I have one.
Where?
I have one for my drum set.
You have Juan
that I just need to go bring upstairs, and I can screw my mic into the end of it, and it's a huge boom mic stand.
Oh,
so
really?
It swings all around, and I can just set it there. And
where's it at?
And
No, where's the mic stand?
in my basement.
Oh, it's at your house? It's that close? Jiminy Johnson.
I think Eric may have one. I'm not sure if he gave it back to me or not. I had two, so just got to find it.
Okay. What do you say we do this?
If you're wondering what you should listen to, look up Hot Butter Podcast. Brothers Brett and Adam sit down once a week and go over some bullshit. And I promise you, they will never say no. So listen to Hot Butter Podcast today.
Welcome to the Hot Butter Podcast.
You can hear that?
Fuck yeah.
Goddamn son of a bitch! What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna be suckling the other tit.
Yeah.
Last time for 2015, playa.
Play a hater.
I ain't a hater,
2015.
but don't push me.
I won't push you.
Revenge.
I don't know the words.
It's like the sweetest joy. Next to getting pussy.
Like an almond joy.
Mm.
I'd rather maybe have pussy.
I'd like to have an old lady named Joy.
I'd like to have a
Take
lady
her-
named Almond.
Take her teeth out.
Oh, God. Just
Rubber
gumption.
Gum my taint.
Oh.
Rub your gums on my taint.
How's that feel, Brett?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Sherman. Sherman has teeth, so he's a biter.
Sherman. Is Sherman... I got another question about that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tweeted us the other day, a fine new listener on Twitter whose Twitter handle is Girth Brooks. He says to me, I got a question about Sherman. Mm-hmm. Is that how your black friends sound? And I said, what makes you think Sherman's black?
Yeah.
We've never said that Sherman was black.
We've hinted at it, but we've never actually said he was. It's just joking around.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You have to meet him to know. We're not going to talk about race.
Yeah, a lot of my questions are to try and figure out what is Sherman.
Yeah, and Sherman is Sherman. There is no... He's... You know, there's Caucasian and African American and Blacasian and Polish.
Blasian. It's just Blasian.
I thought it was Blacasian.
Just Blasian.
Oh.
Tiger Woods is Blasian.
Oh, yeah. He's one of a kind. He's his own thing. So
he's one of a kind, all right.
There's no name for it even yet.
Understood.
He's a dragon, basically.
Yeah, so like I explained to him, remember the character on Saturday Night Live, Pat? You weren't really sure if Pat was a man or a woman?
It was a woman, though. Like, really, the character that played Pat?
Yes, it was a female that played the character.
Was she one of the ones that does the sweaty balls?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm thinking of somebody else then.
Her name is then.
Maybe I don't remember
never
Pat.
really knew if Pat was a man or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Pat
really
McGroin?
know. Yes, Pat McGroin. We don't know if Sherman's black or white or Korean.
Brown, red.
Korean.
He may be a Native American.
Indian.
He may be an Inuit.
Inuit.
Is that the proper? Not an Eskimo?
I believe so. That's correct, yes. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Eve. New Year's Eve. Oh, well, no. Yes.
My name is not Eve. You said Happy New Year to you,
Technically,
Eve.
this will be Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's coming. This is going to be released today.
Oh.
It'll be my second release of the day.
And there's no editing allowed in the year 2016.
So I cannot edit after this episode?
You can't edit this episode. You got to just push.
Let her rip, Tater
Just
Chip.
push. Go.
Push go. Go.
Frolic in the
Well,
fields.
we weren't sure this was going to happen. I had originally anticipated recording on Tuesday. This is
Tuesday, yes.
Not Tuesday. This is Thursday.
It is.
What happened?
Well, we, for a Christmas present, received a 2-night stay with my in-laws and the rest of Kelly's family up at the Grand Traverse Resort in, we call it Traverse City, Michigan, but it's technically Acme, but it's like 2 minutes from Traverse City. Anyways, so it was for the 27th, 28th, which was, we were supposed to come home Tuesday, and then we ended up getting like a horrible ice snowstorm started Monday afternoon, went late into early Tuesday, and Kelly's dad is like he turns into a little kid, and he's like, he already went to the front desk before we even knew what was going to happen, and he got a whole nother night's stay. And they had
kidding.
Yeah, and it was like this big suite. It was basically like a condo. And we were like, all right, I guess everybody's staying another night, which I'm cool with it. Kelly was cool with it. I mean, we had stuff we had to do, but we can obviously push things back. And the biggest thing was most everybody, like her brother and everybody, has kids. So it was driving home safely, and we didn't want to risk that and have a 3-hour drive turn into a 5-hour drive. Look who we got here.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh,
look at that hair.
Say hi to that little ball.
What? Why won't you say hello?
What'd you lose? Oh, it's Slinky.
I don't think it's down here. Are you sure I can't edit?
No editing. Can you say where's my Slinky?
My Slinky.
I'm not sitting on it. What's on my foot right here?
Just cords.
Oh. Good old Waylon making his
Way.
debut. That's probably not even his debut, but
I think so. Probably is.
he's a good boy.
He's all right.
He's all right. Oh,
He's
you
all
live
right.
with him all the time.
Yeah. So you were saying
So, anyways,
before we're so rudely fucking interrupted.
Tuesday we ended up staying again up there to be safe and not hit the roads. with a little porter in the back, and it was free, so we weren't going to say no.
Sure. Makes sense.
So then got home. We ended up getting home Wednesday early afternoon, probably like 2, maybe 3. And then I had to pile in a bunch of stuff to get done before Thursday. So that was kind of a no-go for podcasting. And then here we are, Thursday.
Barely got it in today. This will barely get out today, I think.
Yep, had to cook this morning, so had to go get some stuff done, get some work done, and then head over here. Kelly stayed home with little P-Man because he's having a mental leap, I guess, is what Kelly calls it.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
He's jumping somewhere?
Yeah, he's jumping from lily pad to lily pad, like Frogger.
Frolicking.
No, but we truly believe we follow this little thing, this little chart on when he has mental leaps. And there's usually a little storm cloud during that week because that means he's going to be a storm. And he is today.
I would agree. I think every time my kids do some sort of they're about to start talking more or they're figuring stuff out, they get crazy. They're not very pleasant.
No, and the other thing is Cal had some ice cream up there, and she said when she was eating it, she's like, I guess we'll find out tomorrow if he doesn't like the dairy through the nip slip after the next day. So sure shit, he was a maniac. Thank God we didn't drive home Tuesday because he was kind of he was a maniac Tuesday. Now he's just been sleeping, eating, and if he's not sleeping and eating, he's pretty screaming in your face.
Screaming. He's pretty heavy metal,
bloody murder. He should be a heavy metal singer.
We should start a band.
We could.
Waylon plays the drums. You see a mouse?
Yeah, I
saw one earlier.
A little
outside,
little
not
chocolate
inside.
Turd mouse. It looked like there it is, running around the steps.
It's the Gary Coleman of mice.
Yeah, little chocolate squirrel.
How cute!
It's not a squirrel; it's a mouse.
It is not a squirrel.
So, anyways, that's why we didn't podcast. I truly do apologize to ruin everybody's hump day and Thursday, but today's New Year's Eve, so hopefully you had other things going on today. Well, we weren't that important.
Oh, we're important. People are waiting with bated breath. This is going to hit everybody's downloads, and they're going to be like, what do I do? I've got family here, and people want to talk to me, but I just can't take these headphones
Maybe it's a good
off.
thing. Maybe then they'll just be listening, and everybody will be like, who are those idiots?
I would like to say there's a good chance that we could save lives tonight.
Because people won't be...
People will want to not stay up and drink, and they'll want to go home and let us tuck them in tonight.
That's true. Yeah.
Here's a good idea, everybody. Play us for your New Year's Eve party.
Yeah. Do it.
Just let everybody listen to our soothing, sensual voices.
Do you actually think people will get this tonight, download it, and listen to it
Some
today?
people have their phones set up to automatically download new releases.
It automatically downloads on my iTunes, but I have to go in and get it, put it on my iPod.
Yeah.
Because I don't have an iPhone.
You're the only pop that does that.
What? Nobody uses iTunes?
Nobody has to go and move it over and then...
How do you get it on your iPod?
My phone, senor.
Well, you have an iPhone.
I do.
I don't.
Yes, it's 2015. It's time you get a big boy phone.
My phone is better than yours.
Ooh. What, I have him leg wrestle later?
We could have them screen to screen, see who gets hotter faster, whose battery lasts longer.
Well, I'll have you know that I met a couple of friends up at the old Clamlin Pub this week.
I saw that.
Hamlin Pub.
Yeah, how was that?
That was interesting. So I met Head up there, and we were just... before I walked in, I put on the old face of the book there that I was going to the Hamlin Pub.
Did you just pick that place randomly?
Well, no, we chose that place because it wouldn't be the other two crazy places that are usually impossible to get into and have a beer. So we went to the Hamlin Pub, figured it'd be more chill. Place was slammed.
Yeah, that place is always busy, I feel like.
There was a Wings game on, so we shot the shit for a little while. Got to watch the Wings game and had a couple other guys meet up with us there because of my note on Facebook. Anyway, I had, I don't know, probably 3.5. I do not think I had 4 beers there. I had 3.5 to 4 Bells, 2 Hearted Ales.
Oh, so basically you had 8 to 10.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. Is it really that much stronger?
I think it's like a 9%er.
Oh, maybe that was the problem then.
Oh, yeah, that beer knocks me out.
I puked my fucking brains out.
Oh, you did? I actually thought to myself, I'm like, hopefully Brett doesn't get in trouble driving home or anything. Like,
I didn't. I was like, I'm being responsible. 3.5 to 4 beers, no big deal. I didn't eat anything. I ate dinner here. Met head up there. Finished by the time the game was over. It was too loud in there. They had a live band playing, and so I came home. Everybody was asleep. It was like 11:30, and the second I laid in the bed, I was like, nope. And I went in and I puked my brains out.
ugh.
And then I went back to bed, and I don't know if you know this, but I am the world's most violent puker.
I think that's a postal thing because I'm
Are you a
pretty
violent
bad too.
puker as well?
Really loud, just
Lauren,
super
Lauren
loud.
was concerned. She said I was very concerned with how violently you were vomiting in there.
I feels like I'm hacking, like pulling up my insides completely.
I agree. I think that I dislocate things while vomiting. Like I think my trachea and my my windpipe gets dislodged when I vomit. I think that my diaphragm comes loose and moves. I think
Probably.
I vomit things out of place.
However, there's a positive to all that. If you have like any sort of clogged arteries or heart issues, may be close to having a heart attack, you probably are clearing that out, dislodging any,
I am 34 and a half years old. I hope to God I'm not that close to having a heart attack.
Yeah, you never know.
We did go through 6 tubs of Mexicali dip while we were here.
Oh my gosh, I feel like probably more than that.
Well, yesterday Lauren had to go to the store, and I was like, and we knew people were coming over today, so it's like, what are we gonna get? What Brett's gonna make chili? What should we buy to snack on? And Mexicali dip. I said, no more. Do not buy any more. I don't want any more. 6 tubs in 2 weeks is enough.
Oh yeah. That's your innards are probably.
My kids smell. They just. When they
sweat,
fart, and they
partially
take a dump,
hydrogenated
they
soybean
smell
oil.
so bad. It's embarrassing.
Well, when it's funny when you guys come home, we visit mom and dad more, and coming over here is quite a treat because there are so many snacks.
There's lots.
And lots of Mexicali dip, and they have their junk drawer that's got sugar, candy.
So many chips.
There's chips everywhere. There's Mountain Dew. So it's funny because I go home and pretty much just feel like absolute shit.
Hell. I know. I feel like I'm going to have to go.
And that's one day. So you're here for like half a month, if not longer.
2 weeks. Maxed out.
I can only imagine what your car ride home
We
is.
almost went home early.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Had enough?
It's no longer relaxing.
I'm
up
sure.
Here. So we almost went home on Wednesday, which is when you were texting me. I was like, yeah, we might not be here when you come back.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So you just need your own house here.
The dogs can't run on the floor. The kids can't play on the new coffee table. And
Yeah,
it's
too many rules.
Hey, you guys have 3 grandkids. You're probably going to have 5 before it's all said and done.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want us to do?
Yeah. I guess
are we
everything's going to have
supposed to
to be
do?
at our house.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
you're staying at a retiree's house, basically,
Yeah.
who just updated everything in the house, basically
Yes.
renovated his house.
But for what?
But you can't walk on
Can't walk on it.
Can't walk on the floor.
You can't play on the coffee table.
Yeah. That's what I told.
But you have 3 grandkids under 5.
Oh, yeah.
They'll probably have 4 grandkids under 7 in no time, and you'll probably have 5 grandkids under 10 before it's all said and done.
I think he's going to have a heart attack tonight watching.
Oh, my
Porter's
God.
going to be here probably screaming. Your kids are going to be playing. The
Wound
dogs are going
up.
to be running around. I think Rachel's coming with Kelly. She's
Yeah.
bringing her little boy. I invited Carly and Scott. I think he's
nice.
working. But I told her, I'm like, bring Vance, whatever.
Clint Vance?
Clint Vance. Yeah.
From
I
North
didn't even
South
think of
Georgia.
that. Oh, I never even thought of that.
Clint Vance is coming over. We should have delayed the podcast until he got here.
He was reborn. He's a child. He's a
Oh, my
1-year-old.
God, it's amazing. So anyway, yeah, Head, this is for you, buddy. I didn't tell you. I puked that night. Puked my brains out.
That's awesome. Did
But
you
he
did you
was-
see D-Stone?
I saw Dustin. He was kind of out of sorts.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you later. And then I saw Steve Badger and another guy from Clarkson, Donnie Stein. So anyway, we rehashed our glory days.
The old hockey team?
Oh, yeah. Steve Badger made me guess how fat he was, and that was really uncomfortable. Yeah, because normally with a woman, you always lowball it no matter what.
Yeah.
But I overshot him by 10 pounds. I felt really bad.
Well, he started it, so
He did. It was
you
his
get what you
idea.
ask for.
He's like, really, you weren't going to offend me. And I was like, okay, 260. And he goes, 250. I'm like, fuck. I did feel bad for a second.
I'm not too far off of him.
Oy vey.
I better slow down.
You better slow down.
Need to drop some Z's. B's. LB's.
LB's.
Z's. I need
You
add
need
Z's.
more Z's to lose
Drop
your
some
LB's.
LB's.
Ooh, that could be the name of your album.
How fast? This is what Kelly and I agreed to. I'm going to lose 40 pounds by the time Porter's 1.
What would you weigh if you lost 40 pounds?
190.
Really?
So I need to lose. So that's 10 months. It's about. Okay, so actually, we agreed to 30. So she doesn't think I should lose much more than 30. She thinks I'll look funny. But
I got some photos that would be what you look like at that weight.
so that's like 3 pounds a month, which is nothing if you think about it.
You could do that.
Oh, yeah. But it's not so much. Yeah, I can do that. It's more mental for me, I think.
We talked last night because Mom was kind of like, well, do I keep the gait? Because, Waylon, he's good with the stairs now. We're not worried about him falling down the stairs. But we're like, wait a minute. Next year, Porter could technically be walking by next Christmas.
He will be.
So
He pretty much walking now.
Oh, yes, pretty much.
He stands up.
Yeah.
I got to balance him on his sides, but
Went on a date with my wife this week.
oh, you did? Did
Yeah.
you go to the wood shop?
We went to the old wood shop, and that's not a euphemism for my pants.
There wasn't a bunch of just dudes and servers wearing kilts with boners.
No, thank God.
Boners. Hard boners.
That's a good business plan, though.
Yeah.
Want to do that? You want to start that
It's
business?
not a bad idea. We'll
All
call
right.
it.
That's the real tilted kilt.
Yeah. We should just call that pitching a tent? No. The tent pitcher?
We'll have to work on the name. But anyway, so we went to the wood shop, and we went on a date, and we went upstairs. It took an hour to get seated there, which was ridiculous. It was 5 o'clock.
I felt
in the
bad.
evening. Now, why?
Because you had texted me and you said, can you do you take reservations?
Yeah.
Which usually I can text somebody
Mhm.
if I have enough time in advance. Granted, this is a rough time. Like this, I remember working December there. It's a shit show in any restaurant that's owned by them. So I always feel bad, anyways. But all it takes is usually a text to one of the guys that is managing, and I'll just say, "Can you help out these people? Put them on the list, get them a seat, whatever." And you're like, "Well, I think we're going early enough. It doesn't matter." So I'm like, "Okay." I didn't know you guys were going. What would you go at 5?
5.
Yeah. So. And then you texted me and you're like, should have used your in there because
That was after 45 minutes of already waiting.
yeah. So you said you'd already been waiting for 40 minutes. So then I texted one of the managers and I said, can you help my brother out? I know it's last minute. They've been waiting like 40 minutes. He looks just like me. 2 people probably on the list as postal.
Mm-hmm.
And he texts me back like 20 minutes later. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do what I can." He's like, "It's super busy. Does he look? Is it basically just you?" And I'm like, "Kind of. I guess. I mean, you'll know if you see him. But you guys must have got us seated right after that or something."
Well, it took an hour and it took over an hour to get seated, which is fine. I don't care. I just because they have the whole upstairs where you can go hang out. That's
That's
great.
what I figured you were doing.
But we got there at the perfect time because even though it took us 45 minutes to an hour,
he told me at that point that they had a 3-hour plus wait.
it had to have been. By the time we got seated, there was 4 pages of names.
Yeah.
After hours.
Yeah, he said because after I texted him, he goes, "Yeah, I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. I'll try and find that boy."
Oh fuck.
He's like, "But he's like, it's crazy. We got like a 3+ hour wait right now, which is that's normal during December."
That was Tuesday. That was a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Well, from like Thanksgiving or the 2 days before Thanksgiving, we'll say, to New Year's Day is just like the busiest restaurant I've ever seen.
So, date, husband and wife.
Yeah, how'd that go?
We don't get a lot of those without the kids. Today marks the 12-year anniversary since I laid eyes on my future.
Was that New Year's Eve party?
It was New Year's Eve.
Ah.
This house 12 years ago,
So
a dirty
that's a good,
dozen ago.
That's a good little memory for New Year's Eve.
So we were chatting at the dinner table while we were waiting for our fried pickles to arrive. Who was at the party? How many people were there? Was it a big party? What was crazy? And she mentioned, I don't remember a lot of females at the party. And I said,
either.
well, you were for sure there all night. Nate's wife, Nate's girl, it was his girlfriend at the time. I don't think they were married or even a fiance at the time. It would have been his girlfriend. She was there for a substantial amount of time. I imagine that your significant other at the time was there all night.
From what I remember, maybe?
Lauren doesn't think that she stayed the night.
I don't remember her being there.
She was there because that's the dildo. That was the dildo night.
Are you sure? Because there was a couple parties that...
No, it was the dildo night. For
then,
sure.
Yeah, she had to have been there. I just don't remember.
Because the next day, we all went out to breakfast.
I don't remember that either.
The Village Place. Anyway.
It was usually just a drunk fest, so...
Well, we were talking about the fact that there weren't a lot of females there, and we started thinking about who could possibly be there, and I mentioned a couple other women's names. Girls, females, young ladies' names. They were not women. They were women at the time. Whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, you had sex with her. And I was like, what? And I was like, I don't think so. Definitely not that night. But she was just talking in general.
Right.
In my past, at some point, I had a sexual relationship with this one particular person. And so I've said, no, I don't think so. And she's like, well, don't you think you'd remember? And I was like, yeah. And so she started asking me to name, on our date, all of the females that I have ever stuck my penis inside. And I was like, why are you making me do this? I was like, this is really uncomfortable. I was like, I don't think about any, I don't ever sit down and think about, okay, I had sex with X, Y, and Z before I met my wife. I don't think about that kind of stuff. But she wanted me to count and name the women that I have stuck my penis into.
Wow.
While we were sitting at the table. And you know what? She laughed the whole time because I was squirming. I was like, this is horrible. Why are you doing this to me? This is the most uncomfortable date night I've ever been on. And she loved it. She didn't care.
That's how it should be.
But she was so fucking like...
That's how good marriages
are.
I
want to know. You told me this. I want to know who they were, and I want to know when. And I was like, Lauren, stop. I'm not doing this. This is really uncomfortable. I haven't thought about this in years. I've already had a couple Miller High Lifes. I don't want to do this.
That's awesome. I think that's like every relationship has that, because I know that Kelly and I have just been sitting there talking about like, oh yeah, you know. And granted, it's very easy for me because I had like 3 long-term relationships, and those are the only 3 people I have engaged in sexual activities with.
When I think, I start to get the waters start to get muddied when I think about finger banging.
Well, that doesn't count. I'm just talking sex, like
intercourse.
Boy, I know that it's
finger bang.
Not much for me.
No,
I had my 3-year girlfriend.
At your hand for some reason. Like I just looked at your fingers for some reason.
I'm shafting.
I want to see what they look like.
They're circus fingers, it's carny hands or whatever. So yeah, 3 long-term relationships, 3 babes.
3 babes.
But the real true all-star is the one I married.
The one you put your seed into.
She's the one that knows how to work it and twerk it.
Grew a human.
Yeah, she was able to pull that guy out of me.
Everything okay?
Yeah, she's just texting me, how's it going?
She's clearly not on her way then.
I don't know. She better not be texting and driving. Told her that today.
Hey, put the rules down. Well, I also had something else interesting happen this week. My children, like I said, have been kind of smelly.
Yeah.
Like really gassy and everything. And so I was talking to my daughter about farting. Because she thinks that just because she says, excuse me, she can just let her rip all the time.
You absolutely can.
Well,
I get, in a serious way, I get it.
We got on this conversation about do all things fart? Like, does everything fart? Do you know the answer to that? Like, are there any mammals or animals or anything that does not fart?
I'm pretty sure everything farts.
Why? What makes you say that?
Everything eats. I feel like if anything that takes something in one way has to release gas in another way.
It's a pretty good scientific explanation.
Unless there's something that doesn't technically consume something that would create gas.
We on Hot Butter Podcast are fans of the flatulence.
Oh yeah, well,
right?
It's a very. In fact, I do truly believe that it helps to prevent cancer.
Mm-hmm. You just sniff it.
If you smell your own farts,
sniff it in, breathe it in, everybody.
General. Yeah.
If you love your family, you will fart in front of them tonight.
Yeah,
if you love your family, you will fart either on, around, or at some family members this evening.
Yeah, get on a table bend over and have everybody come around your bun cheeks. Not come around your bun cheeks. And just release some gas and help everybody.
I wanted to know if there were any animals that did not fart. And so I did a little research on the Google machine, and I have some interesting things here.
Are these valid? Are these respected? Whatever
this comes
the word
from
is.
like fartfacts.com.
Got some no.
What does a fart consist of, you ask?
Gas.
An average fart is made of 59% nitrogen, 21% hydrogen.
All good for you.
All good for you. 9% carbon dioxide, not so much.
Not so much.
7% methane, not so much.
It's all right.
4% oxygen.
We need that.
1% hydrogen sulfide, which is the smelly part.
The sulfur.
And then they got jokes in here. 100% original fart. A fart is mostly produced by E. coli.
What?
E.
The
coli
bacteria?
are bacteria that are commonly found in the intestines of humans and animals. There are different types of E. coli. Most are not harmful and only cause people to fart. Most farts are flammable because of the methane and hydrogen they contain.
They really are?
A fart has, at the time of creation, the temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is that body?
That makes sense because that comes out of your body, which is the average body temperature. A fart has reached the speed of 10 feet per second. It's pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
One person can produce about 0.5 liters of farts a day. Weak.
Yeah, 2 liters is normal.
Here we go, ladies. Ladies, the secret's out. Men and women fart equally.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They're quieter.
An average person farts 14 times a day. The most farts take place at night while sleeping.
Really?
That's what they say. That's according to fartfacts.com.
Oh, just real quick, I had a bad experience the other day.
Please, do tell.
Kelly went up to bed. So recently what's kind of been happening, it's getting better, but Kel's been taking Porter up to bed, and I kind of let her go before me because I get stressed out when we put him to bed, and I don't sleep very well, so I'll stay down. If I'm doing something, I'll just continue to do it. She goes up, puts him to bed in the co-sleeper, which is like attached to her bed, because the little man can't stand to be away from Mama. So they lay in bed, go to sleep, and then I got up there later, and I had some really, usually, we all know this, it's been clarified by my wife, my farts don't usually stink.
Generally speaking, I have heard such rumors.
However, since Thanksgiving, I've had somewhat of a horrible diet, so they're not so great. So I went up to bed, and I knew that they weren't good at the time, and I had to release some farts, a fart. So I ran. I was right by the bed, ready to get in, and I usually sleep no clothes on.
That's naked.
Nude. I ran to the not in the shower, but into the bathroom, and farted so that because I know if Kelly wakes up to me crawling in bed and it smells like sewage or an egg sandwich,
oh god,
that that's going to be raging. So I go into the bathroom, I fart, and I stand there for a minute and hope that it's all gone. And
you're totally naked.
Totally naked. And then I walk back in the room, and I get in bed, and it stayed in there.
There's so much hair.
Gosh, it was ridiculous. So then Kel is all she did was wake up and go, "Oh my god!" And I didn't say a word. I just shut my eyes and went to bed because there was I was defeated. Deflated, if you will.
Clearly not deflated.
No, I need to deflate.
I think you told me that the other day. The most fart-producing animals are termites.
Oh, yeah. Lots of wood.
Next in line are the camels.
Really?
Then zebras.
Why?
I don't know. Sheep, cows, elephants, dogs, humans.
They must eat the foods that produce more gaseous content.
Herring. You know what a herring is?
Those tiny fish?
They're a fish. They use farts to communicate with each other.
No.
That's what this says right here.
How do you talk through a fart?
Ooh,
I'm sure that doesn't say that.
No. This is a great band name. Fart of the Maggots.
Oh.
I feel like that's a song title from...
Grindcore.
No. What was the band you used to really like? You saw them at the Machine Shop a lot. They have a song called Dance of the Manatee.
Yeah, that's Fair to Midland.
Fair to Midland should have a Fart of the Maggots song.
Yeah. Or Slipknot.
Fart of the maggots have a similar effect to antibiotics.
What?
Science is still working to make it a medicine.
So maggot farts?
Maggot farts.
Which
Something
basically
seems-
are just fly babies.
Something seems awry here.
Well, yeah, your source.
A fart is made up of less than 1% of the chemicals that stink, but a fart chemical is so pungent that people can smell them at levels of 1 part in 100 million.
Here's another question for you. This
Yes.
just happened to me. Another fart experience.
Yes.
So the hotel we were staying in at the Grand Traverse, got into the I don't know, whatever. There's nothing important about what I was going to say, but I got into the elevator, and someone must have ripped ass in there. Have you ever had that happen?
Yes, that's so gangster.
And then
It's usually me doing that.
I'm in there all by myself,
I don't
and I'm
think I was
thinking,
there, though.
okay, this elevator's going to go down, and I'm going to get off the elevator, and there's going to be a group of people getting on, and they're all going to say, holy shit, that kid just ripped ass in here. And what am I going to say? Like, should I walk out and say, like, dude, that's not me. That
Yes,
was not me.
Absolutely.
So I'm sitting in there, and right when the door's about to open, I just am shaking my head. I'm like, oh, God, like, oh, it's so bad. Just in case. But there was nobody there. But
you
have
could
you
have
ever
laid down like you had passed out or something. You're like, oh, the door's open.
Oh, there's a drunk guy in here that's just farting or shit his pants or something. But have you ever had that happen to you? Like
Absolutely.
Getting out, like,
Absolutely.
or like, I don't know. We've talked about plane farting, but that's just that one thing where there's nobody you can blame it on. You're the only one in that stinky
Oh, man,
elevator.
I feel like plane farts hit me. They make me so mad.
Because it just gets sucked up in and recirculated and sprayed
You're
back
a
in your
real
face.
piece of shit if you fart on a plane.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Chad Bell. You don't know. Chad Bell is a guy who lives by me in Florida.
He's not the. Did he used to work at the Trust Factory?
No, that was Chad Adams.
Oh yeah,
Chathams.
Should have known that.
A study has proven that when men and women have eaten exact same food, women have more concentrated gas than men. Ooh.
Why?
I don't know.
They need to answer the question why more. They need to answer the question why for people like me that like research.
In the African country of Malawi,
Oh yeah.
to let a fart is an offense. So I imagine that to be written in not very well. This sentence structure is bullshit. These people are making this up.
Well, they obviously don't know the benefit of smelling farts.
An Indian tribe in South America called the Yanomami use farting as a greeting, just like saying hello.
That is how it should be.
I'm not going to stop reading this till I'm done. If you fart consistently for 6 years and 9 months, enough gas is produced to create the energy of an atomic bomb. Come on.
No way. I do feel quite heavenly and lifted as I one fart.
Scuba divers cannot pass gas at depths of 33 feet or below.
Why?
That's interesting.
See, there's so many
Pressure.
whys.
Yes. In ancient Japan, public contests were held to see who could fart the loudest and longest. I'd like to get in on that.
Yeah, because I can control the speed and the frequency at which they come out.
The female southern pine beetle farts a pheromone called frontalin, which is used to attract a mate. It can also be used as a gathering call to the rest of the species. Fuck me, that's amazing.
Here's a good idea. So if you're ever like... okay, so if you're thinking about cheating on somebody, like your girlfriend, fiance, wife, husband, whatever, it's a super hot chick, like you can't pass it up. Okay, so here's, for instance, for me, it's the chick from Underworld. What's her name? Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
Love her. She's my, number 2 right
Hall
behind
pass.
my wife. I just, and she comes into town. She just blazes into town, and she's
Blazes.
like, and she gets my phone number from like the restaurant I used to work at. She calls me up and says, "I'm drunk. I want you to lay me out." And I think to myself, well, shit.
Punch her really hard.
Kel already
in the
knows
face.
that I can that this is going to happen.
You're allowed to spread those beef curtains.
But I really don't want to. I don't want to do that to her because she's my wife. She's a real
You're
good lady.
a real sweetie.
So just imagine that her, Kay Beckinsale, just how much she farts, and it'll lower the
No.
way you look at her. Yeah.
I disagree.
If she was sitting there, okay, so say you're going down on her. You've licked her neck, you've licked her nipples, down her body, arms, ankles, feet, all the way up her thighs to her little clitoris.
Oh.
And you're
What if it's not little? What if
you're-
it's humongous?
whatever. It's Kay
It
Beckinsale.
sticks out like
It's basically a
7/16
little
of an
penis.
inch.
And you're just, tonguing that
Fart box.
sweet vagina.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden you just hear just a bunch of farts coming out. Yeah, but she's still just going at it, like, holding your hair, screaming, but just farting. I can't do that. Like, I'm going to get up and leave.
Of course. That's not what we were talking about. We were talking about whether or not she just farts a lot throughout the day. That doesn't bother me.
Well,
if she farts while you're eating her out, of course.
I can't look at.
That's insane.
It's hard to look at a woman the same. You can be drop dead gorgeous, but if you fart in front, like if I hear your butt flap go twinkle twinkle, I cannot. I just don't think you went from a 12 to a 11 and a half.
Oh, you poor guy.
I just had to get that out of my system.
We went through all these fart facts to get to the most important reason as to why I even looked this up. The animals that cannot fart.
Yeah.
The
dung beetle?
The Pogoniforum, the Pogoniforum, the Pogoniforan, the Pogoniforan worm.
Of course it's a worm.
The jellyfish.
Really?
And the coral and sea anemones.
So why?
This is caused by lack of an anus.
Oh, they don't even have butts.
They don't have an anus.
Not that, an anus is a butt. That's interesting.
Finally, the only why, the most important why.
You need to have an anus.
We got it. You got to have an anus. You hear that? You got to have an anus.
So where does it go? They just burp?
It must come. Yes, it must come back up that way. What you know about that? What you know about that?
Oh, man. Jellyfish.
Best episode of the year.
Yeah, right. There is no good episode.
Did you have any really... What did you just say, you son of a bitch?
Just kidding.
What was your favorite part of being a part of this podcast so far this year? Because you were not part of it all year.
Yeah, it seems
case
like
you
it's been a
didn't
long
remember.
time. I've thought about that the other day. That's really weird. I think just being able to bullshit with you weekly, because basically I don't think I would even talk to you for months or like a month if we didn't do this. So that's always a bonus.
Mm-hmm. Boner was right the first time.
I have a lot of ridiculous thoughts and things that go through my head that I can't get out on a regular basis.
You're constipated. You're mentally constipated.
I'm mentally disgruntled. So it's nice to be able to get my rap game. I spit my flow.
Yeah.
My brother, he's not really my brother, but my bro, Sherm, he's always wanted to vocalize himself in public.
He sure does.
So I'm glad that we were able to get him on and make him happy, and his gardening has gone great since then. So, but yeah, those are mainly the reasons why.
Nice. You don't have any very your most favorite moments of 2015?
Oh well, of the whole year, just the podcast.
Well, it could be the whole year because your year started the same as everybody else's, just because you weren't on the podcast.
My most favorite parts of 2015.
Yep.
Obviously, having my kid.
Oh, good. At least you got the answer right.
I know. That was a big one. However, that was also the most stressful time because that was the first time that was right into our new business when we got our first project.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things happened that were all good things, but stressful as well.
Sure.
2015, really nothing cool happened. It was a year that ended with a 5, so we'll always remember Porter, how old Porter is, because 2015, so fives are easy to count by.
I'm waiting to hear the logic behind this.
I don't know. I just I don't know. It was another good year of quality big dick boners and sweet pussies, and that's just me and my wife.
Oh,
but
God. You don't even share.
Yeah. How about you?
I think we had some amazing, specifically speaking for the podcast, I think we had some amazing I'm going to let you sing this submissions this year.
That's true, Fredo.
I think we really took I'm going to let you sing this to the next level. Mm-hmm. So much so that we kind of overdid it. We had to back off a little bit.
That's all right. Shit happens.
But every once in a while, man, we'll take your submissions. If anybody wants to send those in, hotbutterpodcast@gmail.com. We will take those motherfuckers, and when we ready, we play them motherfuckers. For real though.
Yeah.
Ask Frito. You know.
Another thing for me for the podcast was just communicating with the other podcasters and all the good people out there that just it's kind of like a big team of people, really.
Mm-hmm.
So getting to know them through social media.
It's a big gay podcast community.
It's like an orgy.
Everybody's got their dick pointed towards the middle, and we're just slapping boners.
Yeah. It's like everybody comes on the same piece of toast.
And the last one to finish has to eat it.
Yeah. Oh God.
What? We might be the last. We're podcasting New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah. Who
we
else?
might be the last.
Shit skis on my ball skis. I got shit on my balls. I like getting chips sent to me, so that was always nice. From Carl, Fourth Line Podcast, and the Milroys over at Full of Fiber Podcast.
Yeah, speaking of them, Adam finally gave me my my swag.
Not finally. He came to my house, and I said, "Here's an envelope. I haven't even opened it yet," which I found out my wife opened.
Yeah.
So
thanks,
opened
guys.
my
We
mail.
appreciate that, Milroy's Full of Fiber Podcast out of Calgary.
Gosh, you're sexy.
Cal Gary Coleman.
That's my sister-in-law's brother's friend.
Really? That's your sister-in-law is my wife. Her brother is my brother-in-law. So Jules' friend is Cal Gary Coleman.
So you have a brother-in-law whose name is Jules,
and
I have a sister-in-law who goes by Jules.
And my son's middle name is Jules.
And lots of Jules.
For real.
The family Jules.
The family Jules.
Oh.
Wow.
That means balls.
Yeah. Yeah, just lots of I think we had a really fun year podcasting. I think we had...
it was really the first full year.
It was the first full year of podcasting.
Yeah, because it started in...
Yeah, we started in October of 2014. So it was the first full year. We had some members come with a U and some members go with a EAUX. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway.
The French. Gil.
We had a podcast member come and a podcast member go. And I think we're just having fun. Adam is rubbing the microphone around his mouth like it is a giant schwanz.
I had an itch.
Do you make New Year's resolutions?
Not really serious
No.
ones. I have one this year.
Yeah, 40 pounds, eh?
Yeah, we'll stick
That's
to 30.
a big one.
30 big ones.
So Lauren and I also want to get more fit in 2016. 2015, but fuck, that ship has sailed. 2016, we both want to become more fit. And so she said that we should choose... I was also getting harassed about the amount of sweet, sexy ladies that I follow on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I get that occasionally.
I get a lot of shit about that.
I can't help it.
She said, why do you do it? And I said, I don't know. That is an age-old question. It's just science. But she said, as a kind of like a goal that we can work towards together, since I want to become more fit and she wants to become more fit, we should choose a physique like somebody's physique that we want to be similar to. So like
Schwarzenegger?
No, that's too far. That's no way. But she should find a female whose body she wants to achieve to be physically fit.
So then you're
like.
idolizing, though, which is not a good
know
thing.
Jesus says you shouldn't do that, but
Yeah.
we all know how I feel about
So
that.
you already went over that, yeah.
No,
obviously.
we did not go over that.
Oh.
It's something to strive towards. So she wants me to go find some sexy man and then print him out and cut his head off.
Pat Benatar?
Because we don't want to. That's a woman. But anyway, so that's what Lauren wants to do.
So you're going to find a picture of them, cut the
Dude.
bodies out, and put your face on their head?
Yes, and then put it on the fucking
Fridge?
dream. She wants to make a dream board, and
A cream catcher?
A cream catcher. She wants to make that.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but it's weird. Like
I just
keeps
think,
asking me, did you find your body idol? And I'm like, no.
Huh. I think my goal is to be just happier with myself. But
That's a great goal.
I'm not happy being plump and bloated.
Well, that's not yourself. That's not the real you.
That's it. I want to go back to the days of frosted tips.
yesteryear.
Having Mom, I'm going to come over and I'm going to wear the cap and have Mom pull my hair through the cap.
We
She's
could
gonna
do that
frost
tonight.
the tips.
I'm sure Walgreens is open.
Hell yeah. And then
I'll do it if you do it.
I want to be able to shave my face completely and have a jawline.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think that those days are gone.
We got 1 foot in the grave, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost 40, I feel like.
I'm way closer.
Yeah, it's just right around the corner.
Eat my ass with a spoon. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't answer me. I
What?
bet you Walgreens is open. I could go get 2 frosted tip
Let's
kits.
do it. Let's
right.
dye it black first and then frost the tips. so
No,
it's black
just
and white.
frosted tips. Too far, man.
It wasn't that long ago that I had the half red, half black hair.
I know.
If you dive deep enough into my social media, you will find pictures of that.
I bet. I bet you it's sexy as a motherfucker too.
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of my wife's family members before we were married questioning if she was doing the right thing by being with me.
I had family members questioning me for getting tattoos.
What? That's like
Yeah.
the norm nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
I spit on your dick and I swab it with a cotton swab.
Spit on your titties.
Come split.
All right, let's take a little pause here.
Why?
Because I said I was not recording that.
That's probably a good thing.
Holy fuck, that was loud.
Jackson, Mississippi, big dick asshole.
Welcome back.
Hey.
You didn't. Nobody. There's no breaks in there to where anybody would know
Yeah,
that we were
no.
gone. But welcome. I'm talking to you. Welcome back to
Yeah.
you.
I basically
You.
just went upstairs and ate a bunch of dip.
You big sexy son of a
The
bitch.
dip
you.
is really good. I don't even know what it is.
The one that
It
Ava
looks like
made
rice.
with my mom. Got jelly on the top.
Yes.
Jalapeno jelly. Jalapeno pepper jelly.
But it looks like rice, but it's like shredded cheese. There must be some nuts in
I
there.
have no idea what the fuck it is.
It's delicious.
Ava she just took stuff out of the fridge.
Seriously?
And just made whatever she wanted.
No.
Yeah. Mhm,
There
mhm.
had to have been some kind of
Nope.
fragazonce to that.
Freckles on says.
Yeah, that's short for sweetness.
It's 165,421 in French.
Yeah.
You don't believe me?
That's how many pubic hairs I have on my body.
Well, why don't you and I, since we like to play our songs of the week, I'm pointing at you. I'm pointing at you very seriously.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you out here by telling you to get your phone and the email I sent you. Since we like to play songs of the week,
Songs.
we're fans of music.
Music.
I am incredibly musically inclined. I
I'm
don't know if you
declined.
knew that. We're going to do
What email did you send that
our version, your name at that
Yes.
.com address.
to? Yes. I found it.
You found it?
Yes.
Good. So we're going to do a 2015, our favorite albums of 2015 music roundup. Adam's got 2 of his favorite albums of 2015, and I've got 1. And in the style of 1994 infomercial, I would like Adam to tell me what he thinks about his first album whenever he's ready.
I'm ready. Not sure if I. Okay.
Why don't you introduce it?
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
What's the first one?
It's in a list, isn't it? Is it not in a row?
It's typed out in a paragraph. Yes. So this is Future.
It is. Why don't you? Oh my God, you're the worst.
I'm
You just giggled like a schoolgirl. Why don't you introduce the album to us, Tina, and tell
Okay.
us how amazing it is?
This album is "I'll Raid Your Scalp Closet" by Future, and it takes me back to the days of sipping gin and tonics, gin and juice, and gin on the rocks with Grandma and Grandpa.
Those were the good old days.
Sand between my toes, fresh liquor bops, and tiny bumpkins as I get a blumpkin.
What's the name of this jam? This is my jam. This might be my new jam. What is the name of it?
This is Future by Future.
It's called "Fuck Up Some Commas," ain't it? This song is called "Fuck Up Some Commas."
Oh, this gentleman never quite developed the palate and learned how to speak properly.
Oh, how do you know? Maybe he is speaking properly. Maybe we don't speak properly.
It's almost like his mouth doesn't close.
Oh my God! I thought you liked this.
This is my favorite song in the entire world. This is "Fuck a Comma" by Future.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. What about? Can you tell us a little bit about your next jam?
Yes, I can tell you about that. Breast. Is this also Future?
Yep.
This song is called Freako, as he says here in the beginning. It reminds me of my new bathing suit collection I bought in 1972 with Grandma and Grandpa as we developed a new telephone that we would use in the year 2015. This is also the nickname for my wife. She's a very nice, sophisticated professional woman. Behind closed doors, she is a freako.
Sorry, sister-in-law.
I didn't look at this.
I emailed this to Adam yesterday, but it was supposed to be 3 days ago, and he never looked at it.
I was stranded on vacation.
Oh fuck!
Is that possible?
This might be the worst. This might be the worst segment we've ever done. But we're gonna trudge on.
I like to end the year with a bang.
Bang, finger bang. What about that next one?
This is also my favorite band, Future. This song is called The Percocet and Stripper Joint. This reminds me of those wonderful days with Grandma and Grandpa as we soaked our feet.
And we're back.
Flack.
We're the worst podcast on iTunes.
Well, we wanted to make sure that we ended 2015 with... It's almost like we went downhill.
Yes, starting over.
to the worst podcast ever.
Why don't you wrap up your segment of your favorite song, your favorite album of 2015, your first favorite album of 2015, with your last favorite song?
This is also Future. Stick Talk. This reminds me of those wonderful days perusing Playboys and stripping the streets of Washington, D.C. with Grandma and Grandpa as they reached back and smacked me as I flicked knee boogers at you.
What are knee boogers?
That's where you pick your nose, you put the booger on your knee, and then you 1, 2, 3 flick at your brother.
Yes, of course.
And Grandma pulls the car over, stops in the middle, pulls your car over, and yells at you.
Grandma did not go to Washington, D.C. with us.
No, just Grandpa did. I got to drive the elevator up to the top of the monument. Stick Talk. This also reminds me of eating those little stick potato slivers and talking to my friends about fucking commas, freaking hoes, and the Percocets and stripper joints that we all visited throughout the year.
Thank you, Adam. That was wonderful. That was such a great album. I really also love that album. It's one of my go-tos for when we're at a picnic. Even.
Absolutely, yeah. It's great for family. Like I said, listen to it tonight with your family as you smell farts and all that good stuff.
I do. When I take the kids for a long car ride, I am sure to play Future. Fuck a comma. Fuck up some commas. For sure. I mean,
what
it's
does
just
that even mean?
It means you don't even want to use them.
See, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't.
Yeah.
English is not in his repertoire.
But I got to be honest with you. When I take my family out for a good old-fashioned dinner on the town, on the way to the restaurant, we always, and I mean always, play R. Kelly's family hit, Sex Time.
Cause you're the only thing on my schedule. Fuck a club, fuck a flight, girl, tonight. Yeah, I'ma spend some time, babe. Yeah, I'ma spend some time, babe.
Imagine
I'ma spend some
urinating.
time, babe.
I'm imagining spending some
I'ma
time.
spend some time, babe. Feel the little sex time.
It's sex time. That's right. That's right, everybody. It's sex time. Tell your friends, tell your uncle, tell your aunt, tell your preacher, tell your pastor, the one who holds up people for on accidents at the bank.
Yeah.
Tell them it's sex time. Sex time with you.
Every time is sex
R.
time.
Kelly's hit in 2015, Sex Time. But when we are not singing along to Sex Time, I got to be honest with you. We really let her rip in the back of the station wagon with Wake Up, Everybody.
Whatever's on, take it off. I wanna get inside of you, baby, get lost.
Get lost
And the
inside
more
of you.
I lay with you, I'm not concerned about what the neighbors do.
I'm not concerned about what the neighbors hear or do.
'Cause we'll be making love to you scream.
This is R. Kelly.
This is R. Kelly still.
Everybody,
His album is called The Buffet.
Did you know I don't hate a lot of people, but I think I hate R. Kelly.
I hate that, the Affluenza teen. You hate that guy?
The 18?
The Affluenza teen?
Who is that?
Oh my god. You really haven't been watching TV, have you?
No, I haven't had time.
We'll talk about the Affluenza teen after this. I gotta tell you, this song really gets me revved up. The Wake Up Everybody by R. Kelly from the album The Buffet. But before you change the CD, make sure that you give a long listen to the collaboration with Juicy J called Marching Band. It's a real toe tapper.
I'm tapping my toes right now.
like a tuba. I beat it up like a snare drum.
I think he's talking about her vagina.
'Cause every time we in the bedroom, it be sounding like a marching band.
Marching Band.
It be sounding
I pictured that. It's hard to picture.
I'm picturing a guy just plowing his wife, and another guy with a big long hat and weird pants playing the trumpet.
Every time we in the bedroom, it be sounding like a marching band.
Pretty much a party.
With a French
upstairs.
horn. Is that the French horn?
I have no fucking clue. It sounds like a synthesizer. This music sucks.
You don't want to. You didn't spend your money. This is my favorite.
I
album.
apologize. I know
This is
you
my
love
favorite
it.
Goddamn album of 2015. How dare you? You son
I
of a
would
bitch.
rather score my dick with a razor blade and sit in salt water.
Oh my god, that sounds so amazing. Well, everybody, that is R. Kelly's album, The Buffet, and that song was Marching Band featuring Juicy J. I don't know about you there, Charles, but when I take my family out, we always have a good time, and it includes R. Kelly and Future.
Yeah, those are very family friendly.
Family friendly.
Those are family friendly albums that I recommend for all La Familia de Cabeza.
La Familia? Are you Italian? I didn't know. Carl.
Isn't that Spanish?
La Familia? No, that's Italian.
My nickname is actually Hot Carl.
Do you have one more album for 2015 that you'd like to share with us?
Yes, I do.
Ruben?
And what we do with this album is we like to renovate our house a lot. We like to fix little things here and there, and
Sure.
Porter has a little baby hammer that he takes to nail, and while he does this, we drink lemonades and breast milk, and we rock our socks as we listen to I Wrestled a Bear Once, Gift of Death. It reminds me of the days where Grandma and Grandpa had dinner
A lot of grandma and grandpa references.
as they fed us pink Pepto-Bismol and cherry cordial.
Cherry cordial? I don't remember that. This is a good jam. I gotta tell you, this really gets my Wranglers in a.
This is actually
snug.
Porter's favorite band this year.
I can tell. Is he actually? He tried out to be their backup singer, right?
Yeah, he's actually gonna tour with him.
Oh, you guys get to go too? Just in.
We can go on stage and watch. What else?
This is a really good song.
Yeah, I wrestled the bear once. All one word. It's very creative.
What about the next one? Do you have another song off that album?
Sometimes Grandma and Grandpa take us to the movies, and we watch that movie with Tom Hanks as the baseball coach and a bunch of girls.
Yes.
And I find out that I have balls in my ball sack, and I believe that there's more than 2. I believe I have 6. And then I listen to I Wrestled the Bear Once, Your God is Too Small, and I realized it was TW.
She has a beautiful voice. Did you know that this is a female singer?
I did. Yes.
I don't think it's the original female singer, but it's her second singer. And she is lovely. Listen to her. Listen to the vocals. Oh, could you imagine her whispering sweet nothings to you?
She probably sounds very feminine too in bed.
I bet you she does not smell funny at all.
Here's a black coffee.
She probably has a well-manicured pubic hair. No,
You think
no,
she
no,
was a
no.
merkin?
She is smooth. No, smooth. She probably has the most perfect landing strip you've ever seen above her pubic region.
And luscious labia. That's a good name.
That's a good stripper name.
Big lush.
No, luscious labia.
Big luscious labia.
Hi, I'm luscious labias.
I work
Welcome to
at
Deja Vu.
Bonds.
Listen to that voice. Oh my god, she must.
Yeah. You know what she does? She gets me in the mood to take my clothes off and rub oil all over my nipples. It's like churned butter with my wife. And then we soothe each other with the subtle and sexual vocals from the song Killed to Death by Wrestle the Bear Once. This song puts me to sleep at night. I dream
It's a short one.
of hazelnuts and pussy boots.
Listen to her. She is just the sweetest thing. Do you think that she's a Jesus lover?
Probably. What do you think she's doing tonight?
I think she's coming over. She's picking up Jet's Pizza on the way.
Oh, yeah?
What kind of car do you think she drives?
I bet she drives a Honda Civic.
Honda Civic. Tinted windows or no?
No, she doesn't like to tint them. She likes people to see her.
Cool.
So, you know, we're all doomed to fail as we wrestle bears and have sex with our neighbors.
I am not having sex with Amadea Jones.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to go
I'm not going over there.
Talk off her dick?
Oh my god.
I actually like this. Never.
This is the one all these songs I'm like, I can actually listen to these.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Their first album was really weird. It was super like grindcore. There was no structure or whatever.
I thought Evan played this album. He's a grindcore guy.
This is actually alright. Do you think she washes her brassiere after every show?
Would you make love to a woman like that?
Twice.
What if she's just super?
I would never,
Drop that gorgeous. And just
ever,
leave her there.
ever let her go. I would hold her close. Would snuggle her.
Yeah, we could go like to Cedar Point and just listen to heavy metal all the way there.
We would share Converse shoes.
We'll skin jeans together.
We would buy bulk carabiners to put our keys on and wear them on our belt loops.
Oh yeah.
Get fake leather,
Have a wallet
diamond studded belts from Hot Topic.
Have that greasy burnt dry.
I bet you she wears quadruple extra large Garfield t-shirts to bed at night.
We used to wear camel t-shirts.
That was the worst fucking segment we have ever done in our entire life. And you know why?
Because I didn't
Because
prepare.
we tried to do something new. Why do we try to do anything new?
I don't know. I really liked it.
Oh, god damn. Son of a bitch. So anyway, we were talking about the affluenza teen. You don't know who... He's the kid that was from Texas who got fucking hammered at 16 years old, drove his truck, killed 4 people, and then his rich parents hired a psychologist who claimed that he was stricken with affluenza,
Isn't that the flu?
a condition... No, that's the...
Influenza.
Affluenza is where your parents are rich and spoil the fuck out of you, and you don't know the difference between right and wrong.
Oh my gosh.
And he, instead of being sentenced to prison, he was sentenced to probation.
Isn't that like just a millennial?
Yes, he's a fucking piece of shit. He's whatever's before after that even. And so anyway, his mom and him escaped. They were on probation and they threw a going away party and they just bailed and they took off to Mexico.
Sounds
But
like a plan.
they were stupid and ordered a pizza from their cell phone, and the police were able to track them down in Puerto Vallarta. So fuck them.
That's
Pieces
what you
of
get.
shit. faggot ass motherfuckers.
Yep, what he said. Times 2.
Anything else you want to do tonight? Or do you want to just wrap this cunt up? This has been a disaster. It's been only an hour.
Let's see here. I don't know. Don't care. I'm ready to eat some dip.
I'm hungry.
I want some chicken wings.
Well, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you and give your final thoughts for 2015?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Dr. Hot Butter. You can find me on Instagram at _Sherman_Williams_. And that's all you can find me.
That's it?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's it.
Son of a bitch. You're really hard to get a hold of.
Well, if you really want to get me, you can find me. I'm easy.
Easy like Sunday morning. So you can find the show at Hot Butter Pod on the Twitters. You can find us on the old Facebook /Hot Butter Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Hot Butter Podcast. You can find us on the World Wide Web at MichiganInternetRadio.com.
Oh, yeah, that's the big one.
Which is a smorgasbord of wonderful independent internet radio broadcasters here in the great state of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
At which you can click on an Amazon link and do your shopping that way. That gives a little kickback to the hosting fees for MichiganInternetRadio.com as well as Hot Butter Podcast. And we're going to use those to get Adam all set up so he's more comfortable.
Condoms.
Yeah. Condoms. No, I don't know condoms.
I'm allergic.
I'm allergic to them as well.
That was my
I'm also
excuse.
allergic to babies, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so
I'm not really sure
are
what
you
to do.
allergic to vasectomies?
Nope. I'm not allergic to knives, lasers, cauterizing guns, nothing
Ooh.
like that. Burn it. Burn it
Ay,
close.
ay, ay.
Burn my pee hole.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. Want to make something certain? Don't slip my vas deferens. Don't snip my vas deferens. I want you to burn my pee hole shut.
God,
Just burn that motherfucker shut. I want no jizz will come out of there. No babies, no nothing. I'm done.
Oh, man.
Burn it shut.
He'd be dead. He'd
Feel
be
the burn.
dead meat. You'd be a dead tuna fish.
You just cut a piss hole out of. I'll just wear a catheter, like insert a catheter inside me and just cauterize my dick hole shut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Let us get the fuck out of here. Don't slam the fucking door.